And now we are about to start the regular season between the Seattle Seahawks and a returning Russell Wilson. And a returning Russell Wilson to Seattle. And Seattle Seahawks has made some moves today. They made some moves today. And I was not expecting them to make a move today. So what they did was, let's go look at the news. The Seattle Seahawks has signed Trevor Lawrence. The Jaguars released Trevor Lawrence, and the Seattle Seahawks. Let's just go to leave transactions. The Seattle Seahawks released Cam Newton after the Jaguars released Trevor Lawrence, and Seattle Seahawks signed Trevor Lawrence. And yeah, the Jaguars did a really bad move, which they released Trevor Lawrence, and Seattle picked him up. The Seattle Seahawks have picked him up, so he is now a Seahawk. So we got upgrades we can do. Let's go ahead and make these upgrades. Alright, we got something for him to upgrade. Do brace for impact. Alrighty. Alrighty, here we go. With the Denver Broncos, Seattle Seahawks versus the Denver Broncos. Seattle Seahawks versus the Denver Broncos at home on primetime Monday Night Football. And, of course, we got some trade offers from Carson, which we discussed last week. It's the Dolphins and the Jets, which we're not looking to trade him to them too. And we're going to start Kenneth Walker today. We're starting Kenneth Walker the third today. We're starting Kenneth Walker today against the Broncos. We're starting Kenneth Walker, and of course for the receivers we have Tyler Lockett, who was back with us to start the season, and DK Metcalf with D. Eskridge. And by week 9 or week 8, one of them two, we will have Odell Beckham Jr. ready to go. We will have Odell Beckham Jr. ready to go. And yeah, time to get the game going. The Broncos versus the Seahawks. Here we go. Seattle Seahawks will face the Broncos at home at Lumen Field here tonight.
Tonight, from Lumen Field in Seattle.
Here we go. The Broncos versus the Seahawks and Seattle at Lumen Field. Monday Night Football. Here we go. Trevor Lawrence coming out for Seattle. For the Seattle Seahawks after getting released by the Jaguars and signed by the Seahawks. There we go.
The first of two
Penny back to receive, and he will get it and kneel it. They will get to kneel it, so the Seahawks will get it on the 25, from their own 25.
So out come the Seahawks.
Here comes the Trevor Lawrence.
They'll be led out by the first overall pick from a couple of drafts ago, former Clemson Tiger Trevor Lawrence.
And you want to talk about enormous expectations being placed on a quarterback. How about what Trevor Lawrence faced coming out of college? But the good thing for him, he's used to it. He had the same type of expectations leaving high school and going to Clemson. They always expect him to be a franchise savior.
Carson is in the backfield, even though we started Kenneth Walker. Here we go. Carson gets the ball, and he gets 5 yards on the game.
Second down.
That's a really nice
and here comes Kenneth Walker.
To be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play.
Trevor Lawrence snaps it, hands it off to Kenneth Walker, and he gets about 4 yards. Well, 5 yards, but off a little bit, off an inch.
They'll wind up being about a length of the football short here on third down. But Charles, you take
here we go. Lawrence snaps.
For this offense.
He's going. Passes to Bellore, and he gets the first down. Trevor Lawrence and the Seahawks are going down this field. There's Nathaniel Hackett, the new head coach of Seattle, and you see Tyler Lockett back onto the field. Lawrence snaps. Throws it to Lockett, who is wide open. And he is in for the touchdown. Seattle gets onto the board first for a Seattle touchdown. And what a start for the Seattle Seahawks against the Denver Broncos.
Good throw there.
What a throw by Trevor Lawrence.
More comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding.
What a play by Trevor Lawrence to Tyler Lockett to get onto the board first, and now it's the field goal is good. Now they're up 7-0. Defense gets the chance to come out onto the field to stop Russell Wilson. But they got to stop the passing because. Yeah. Here we go.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready.
The kickoff is up, and he nails it in the end zone, so they get it to the 25.
Handler elects not to return it. And here's Russell Wilson, 11th season
and
in the
here we
league.
go.
First, of course, with Denver.
Monday night prime time. Russell Wilson.
Saw him dealt from Seattle.
He got traded from Seattle for a first-round pick, and Noah Fant and Shelby Harris and Drew Lock, who was playing in the preseason, but has now been is now sitting behind Trevor Lawrence.
First down,
Russell
Wilson.
Snaps it, and Jerry Jeudy gets it, and it's a first down. It's a first down for Jerry Jeudy and Russell Wilson.
Well, partner, that's the start
Alrighty.
right there, and you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds.
Here we go. Wilson under
of
center.
getting ready for that moment. The first
Snaps,
throw of the new season.
and he was hit as he threw, and it's incomplete. It's a good thing he kept on to. He threw the ball instead of keeping on, because he would have been sacked. What a move by Seattle's defensive line, and he got stopped. Melvin Gordon got 4 yards. And it's now 3rd and 6. This defense is now stepping it up from the unlikely preseason.
There's Wilson to throw.
And it's got it the first down.
And he will have a Broncos first down.
He's got a Broncos first down. This defense this is what that defense needs to do. What they need to do is stop the passing from Russell. Here we go. Russell and he gets the ball. Cortland Sutton, but it's 2nd and down and 1. He didn't get the first down. He's a yard off.
They run
And he got 3rd and inches. He's inches off the first down. It's 3rd and inches.
Getting the chance to see Russell Wilson play his first game for a franchise other than theirs.
Here we go, Russell Wilson.
Seasons in a Seahawk uniform. He went 104, 53 in
Snaps.
the regular season. Threw for over
and he gets the first down. Falls forward for the first down. He only got 1 yard.
And, of course, led them to victory over, ironically, the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48.
And here we go. Russell snaps.
On first down.
And he gets it, and it's a fumble, but it went out of bounds.
And this is going to get out of bounds.
It is a fumble, but it went out of bounds. The Broncos gets those 5 yards. So but the Broncos does get it.
The thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way
Russell
to go,
Wilson.
But when you're losing,
Shotgun.
every possession takes on a little
Snaps.
bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case,
Passes caught by number 81, whatever his name is.
That one good for 7 as this long drive
And
continues.
this drive continues. Here we go. Russell Wilson snaps, hands it off to Melvin Gordon, he only's got 10 yards, and that was 5 yards right there.
Pretty decent gain.
Russell, shotgun. No running back. It's intercepted by Sidney Jones, the 4th. By Sidney Jones. Sidney Jones gets the interception, intercepts Russell Wilson. Now Trevor Lawrence gets to come out here and he gets to play. Lawrence snaps. He's passing it down the field against DK Metcalf, and he brings it down for the first down. And what a 2 plays. What a play by DK Metcalf. He had defenders all over him, and at the end of the first quarter, Seattle's winning 7-0. Here we go. The Trevor Lawrence and the Seattle Seahawks. His defense has been unstoppable today. Kenneth Walker hands it off, and he gets about 5 yards. They need to run. They've been passing, but it looks like they're just going to keep handing it off to Kenneth Walker. Here we go. Hands it off to Kenneth Walker, and he gets nowhere. He goes nowhere. Here we go. Lawrence, shotgun, snaps.
From the shotgun.
Passes to Metcalf. And Metcalf is still up. Metcalf is still up, and what a move by Metcalf. And that is a first down. Lawrence already 4 for 4 for 111 yards and a touchdown.
And not many teams were in the market to sign him, but you have to believe that this team felt like we saw something previously in this guy, and now he has
Lawrence
a chance to prove it with
has
us.
Kenneth Walker on the left side. Rashad Penny on the right. Snipes it. Gives it to Rashad Penny, and he gets about 4 yards. Gets about 4 yards.
That makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation.
There we go.
Shotgun,
Lawrence under center.
Nice
Snaps. Hands it off to Kenneth Walker. Kenneth Walker cuts inside and gets about 5 yards.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard.
Here we go. Lawrence snaps it. Hands it off to Kenneth Walker, and he's in for the touchdown. For a Seattle touchdown.
Ken Walker with his first career touchdown.
And I will be right back in a minute. And I am back, and here we go. Seattle Seahawks
coming from Myers.
Just scored a touchdown with Kenneth Walker running it in. Field goal is up, and it is good. Seattle Seahawks up 14-0 in the second quarter. Under 4 minutes left to go. And the Kansas City Chiefs just smacking the Cardinals 49-17. Just wow. They did was not cutting the Cardinals any slack in that game.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to ride.
And here we go. Seattle Seahawks. Broncos kneels it, so it's a touchback, so they get it on the 25.
Hamler elects not to return it. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown. So decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan? Or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Russell Wilson is in shotgun. He snaps, and it almost got the tackle, but he missed it, and that costed him, and he got the first down.
11 yards on that pickup.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half, but I like their confidence. I like the way that they're having.
Here we go. Russell Wilson under center. Melvin, one back, one in the back. Half back in the back.
And start to put together some drives.
Snaps it.
Well, they'll run it here on the
He's running it. Jet sweep. And one man to beat, and that is Coleman, and he gets it, runs him out of bounds. What a run for the Broncos.
41 yards on the ground. Well, for a play that didn't look like much at the snap, that jet sweep turned into a big play in a hurry.
The jet sweep turned into a 41-yard rushing for the Broncos, and Coleman just pushed him out of bounds. Here we go, Seattle. And it's a first down and goal. Broncos are in the red zone for the first time in this game.
Here you got executed well.
And 14-0 in the second with the under 3 minutes left to go. What Seattle needs to do is stop the Broncos from getting in. Now it's 2-minute warning. 2 minutes to play in the first half, 14-0. We will hear from Jonathan Coachman at halftime.
For their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal.
And here we go. Snaps it, and it's a first touchdown for the Broncos. The Russell Wilson finally gets into the end zone before it's halftime, and now they are finally into this game. 14. They're 1 point away from being for it to be 14-7. There we go. Snaps, and the kick is up, and it's good. 14-7. Seahawks are still in the lead. Can Seattle, with 1 minute and 57 seconds left, 58 seconds, can Seattle make it a 2-score game again? Make it 21-14 before the half. Here we go. Shot Penny gets it to the 23. Gets it to the 23. Here we go. Here comes Trevor Lawrence back onto the field. Lawrence, shotgun, snaps, and he does not find anybody, but he's throwing it to Tyler Lockett, and it's knocked down for a 2nd down and 10. He should have thrown it away, but he didn't, and it resulted in not incomplete. Lawrence snaps, passes to Tyler Lockett, and it says a first down. It's a first down, 40-yard at the 40-yard line.
16 for number 16.
Here we go.
This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st
Lawrence
and 10.
snaps.
Now Lawrence.
He's rushing. Oh, he's going deep for Metcalf, and he gets the one-handed catch. What a catch. A one-handed catch with 2 defenders on him. 50 yards. Look at this. Lawrence rushing out. Throws it to Metcalf. He's got 2 defenders on him, but he brings it in with a one-handed catch.
practice sessions.
One-handed grab. What a play. What a play from Metcalf. Here we go. Lawrence snaps it. Passes to Metcalf, and Metcalf is in for the touchdown. Seahawks are up 21-7. Up 21-7.
So a good start to the campaign so far.
There we go, 21-7.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May, and then you worked.
Here we go. Kick field goal is up, and it is good. 21-7. Broncos got 56 seconds left into the game. Not game, into the first half to go down the field, score a touchdown, make it a one-score game before they half. And the Broncos will get the ball back after halftime, so they will have a chance to score after half. Seahawks kicks it. And it's a short kick. And he gets it at the 33. What a return. The Broncos gets them at the 33. Here we go. Russell, Wilson, shotgun, snaps. And it's a fumble. It's a fumble by the Broncos, and the Seahawks have it. And they're at this moment, I would just kneel it and let it go into halftime.
I've got to give credit to the defense there. Good job of knocking it free.
Yeah, because a lot of the time we just blame the offensive players for not taking care of it. How about the effort of the defensive players knowing that guys are going
just kneel it and let the time roll out.
And try and cover up the football. And they still find ways to knock it free.
Let the time roll out. You can probably do one more play, but then just kneel it. Lawrence, shotgun, snaps.
Second and 11 now. Lawrence.
Passes to DK Metcalf, who's been and he's still up. And there's 22 seconds left into the game. 5 seconds left, hands it off to Carson, and time goes out as he gets pushed back to get stopped. The Seahawks up at halftime, 21-7, and take it away. Jonathan Coachman will talk to y'all at halftime. I will see you. We will be back after half.
Here's Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute, but first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, where it was the visiting Saints who were able to walk away with the road victory. Alvin Kamara, well over 100 yards rushing with a touchdown run as well. From there, let's head off and check out a second game. And they were losers in that one to the visiting New York Giants. Daniel Jones with 3 touchdown passes in the Week 1 victory. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they were losers in their ball game as the visiting Buffalo Bills come in and took it to them. Josh Allen, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Jonathan Coachman, and we are back for the second half.
For quarter number 3.
For the second half, the Broncos will get the ball back. And let's hope the Broncos can do something in the second half. Here we go. Seahawks kicks it off.
Fielded right around the 8.
And what a hit
It's a pretty good return here
by Barton to Beck. Barton just put back, just hit him like it was nothing.
Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. Well, the first
Here
half,
we go.
they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively.
Russell
CD
Wilson,
down
first
2
half.
scores here, so
He
how do
did
they
not
make
have
some
a
changes
good
coming
game
out of
in the
locker
first
room?
half.
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense
Here we
is
go.
thrown at them. Now they
Russell
want to
Wilson
have a plan of
and a
attack
shotgun.
against
There's
it.
an
So
audible.
you come out, you're not going to get all the points back
Shotgun,
on one
audible,
drive,
and
but get
snaps
started
it,
on it, start chopping
and he
into that
gets
lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help
throws
out
it
as well.
to
Just
Patrick.
his second catch of the game so far.
And
This
it's
one
a
moves
first
the
down.
chains.
Tim Patrick is one of my favorite stories in the NFL. A self-made
There we go.
player at every level. He's beat great odds to become a starter in this
Russell,
league.
shotgun.
The Broncos love the reliable
Melvin Gordon
production
on
he
to the
brings
side,
up
to the
from
right
the
side.
number 2 or 3 spot
Snaps
on the
it.
depth chart.
Throws it to
Taken in by Sutton.
Curtin Sutton, and it's a touchdown for the Broncos. What a start of the second half for the Broncos to get a touchdown at the after.
Right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
What a
McManus now
move
for
by the
extra
Broncos.
point.
What a play that by the Broncos. Coming into the after the locker room,
It's
scores a
up and
touchdown
good.
on their
This
first
becomes a
drive.
21-14 ball game now.
Just 2 plays, and the Seahawks
Pretty
are
clean
up
and simple
by a
there.
touchdown.
Just 2 plays, the long pass
And here we
resulting
go.
in the touchdown on play
Broncos
number 2. After
kicks
the
it off
touchdown,
to
here's McManus
Seattle.
now to kick it away.
Kicks it off to Seattle. Rashad Penny in the end zone, and he will kneel it for a touchback, and it will go
this
to
will
the
be a
25.
touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin.
Trevor
the
Lawrence
third.
coming back out,
And maybe
who's
some
had
relief
an
pressure
extraordinary
following
game
the touchdown a moment ago.
here
It's
in
back to
Seattle.
a one-score game.
And because
The
of
one-score
that pressure,
game.
because it's now
Here we
a
go.
one-score game, they know this is where you need
Lawrence
to slow the momentum
snaps.
change. Because
Throws it to
otherwise,
Metcalf. He
that could
gets
overrun your
Metcalf
team.
for
You gotta
about
be careful right
4
here.
yards.
And from the 25, they work this
Hey,
to the 29.
Trevor
A
Lawrence
gain
has
of
only
4.
missed 1 pass out of this whole game. He's 1-1 in the first half. Here we go. Lawrence under center. He's got Walker in the back. Single back. Snaps. Hands it off to Walker. And Walker stays on his feet. Gets the first down. What a play by Walker. Here we go. Lawrence. Shotgun with Lockett on his side, left side. Snaps. Hands it off to Lockett. And Lockett gets about 2 yards.
Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Here we go. Lawrence. Shotgun. Snaps.
Throwing on 2nd and 8.
Passes to
Lawrence dumps this
Chris
one off to
Carson, and he's on. Oh, what a! He's still on the feet, and he is gets about 6 yards.
Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in
Here we
the
go.
passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them
Here we
trying
go.
to get the ball
There's
to
an
him a
audible.
little bit more here in the second half.
He's talking to his own line. Lawrence snaps.
3rd and 2. Now Lawrence.
And it's intercepted by the Broncos. Fumble! What a hit by Kenneth Walker. He scoops it up. He is gone. 20, and he goes in and out of bounds. He accidentally steps out of bounds. Lawrence threw an interception. Walker hit. What a hit by Walker. Fumbles the ball. And he gets the fumble.
He's just too loose with the football on the return. And he
What
caught it
a
right back up the
play
other way.
by the Broncos, but also what a play by the Kenneth Walker to keep the ball in Seattle's hands. Here we go. Lawrence snaps. Passes to DK Metcalf. And he's still on his feet, and he fights for the 9 yards. Sorry.
So the completion
And
results there in 9 yards.
Metcalf's had one hell of a game. 7 receptions for 146 yards. While Lawrence hands it off to Kenneth Walker, and he's still on his feet. Gets it to the 2-yard line. 7 carries, 38 yards, and 1 touchdown.
Now 1st and goal.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it
There we
really
go.
fits, doesn't
Lawrence
it?
under
It's
center.
about his ability to break
Snaps.
tackles.
Hands it
Those
off to
feet
Walker.
never stop moving.
Not Walker. Carson, and he fights his way into the end zone, and he gets it for the touchdown.
And the Seahawks take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Now Myers for the extra point.
It gets the Kenneth Walker makes the forced fumble, gets the fumble, and it ends up with a Seattle touchdown.
And it was all capped off by the Chris Carson touchdown run.
A touchdown by Chris Carson, who has been on the trade block.
And we are ready to rock.
But he's here playing for Seattle. And what a hit by Disley.
Up to the 33.
Broncos now coming out on the field. Russell Wilson back onto the field.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown.
Here we go.
They look up and they're still down double digits.
Al Woods with the tackle, and Melvin Gordon only gets 14 yards. He's had 4 carries and 14 yards. The Seattle defense has been able to stop him get many yards.
Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this
Interception by Quandre Diggs. Interception, and here comes Russell Wilson and hits him with Cortland Sutton with the tackle, but interception by Quandre Diggs. He got Russell Wilson through the interception. Quandre Diggs has 2 interceptions in this game, and while Kenneth Walker rushes and gets 5 yards on the play.
An interception can result.
Kenneth Walker, single back. Lawrence under center, snaps. Hands it off to Walker. Does a hurdle, but he gets caught. Dropped. 4 yards gain. 4 yard gain.
I see an extra defensive back.
Here we go.
Here we
go.
Here on 3rd and 1.
Lawrence snaps it, hands it off to Lockett, and he gets in for the touchdown. Seattle Seahawks defensive interception that leads to a Seahawks touchdown. 34-14. This is starting to pull away from the Broncos.
So that, Charles, his 2nd touchdown of the ball game.
This is starting to pull away from the Broncos.
This time he finds the end zone in the run game.
Yeah, it's almost as
there we go. And it's up, and it's been doinked, and it's no good. As Seattle's winning by 20, it's now 34-14. Seattle kicks it off. Kicks it off by Dixon. And here we go. Broncos kneels it.
And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
All righty.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Here we go.
Feel like they've
Wilson snaps.
Point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an
and passes to Jerry Jeudy, and Quandre Diggs is the man to beat, and he's gone for the Denver Broncos touchdown. The Broncos lead a 1-play drive leads to Broncos to a touchdown. And it's 34-21.
One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play,
75-yard touchdown. And yeah,
after the
Broncos have answered back to the interception, leading you for a touchdown. Penny gets it, and he's running out. Brings it out, and he gets it, and he's still on his feet, and he gets to the 28. With a second left in the 3rd quarter. About to be the 4th. Here we go. Lawrence snaps and hands it off to Carson. And he gets 3 yards, and it's the end of the 3rd quarter. Seattle, Trevor Lawrence and Seattle Seahawks are beating the Russell Wilson and the Broncos 34-21. And this has been just one good hell of a game. Here we go. Lawrence snaps. Looking back. Pass sees Metcalf, and he gets Metcalf for the first down. What a catch by Metcalf. What a catch by Metcalf.
And that puts him just shy of 200 yards receiving now for the game. And I've got a feeling
Seattle's
they keep all
offense
this
has
number
been
until the end.
playing
I
well.
wonder if you're on defense and you know
Handed it off to Carson, and he gets about 7-8 yards. Lawrence under center and under center. Snaps. Hands it off to Ken Walker. Kenneth Walker stays on his feet after getting hit and gets the first down. What a move by Kenneth Walker. Here we go. Lawrence snaps. Passes to D. Eskridge. D. Eskridge gets his first pass of the game. He gets only 2 yards.
Second down and 8.
Here we go. Lawrence. Snaps. Passes to, was looking for Noah Fant, but he overthrows. Here we go. Lawrence. Snaps. Passes to Noah Fant, and he gets it for the touchdown. He gets it for the touchdown. 40-21. Lawrence is having one hell of a game, and they're keeping the offense on the field, going for 2. I don't know why, but you're going for 2, and he throws, and it's incomplete. That's why you shouldn't have never went for 2, and you pay the price.
But now you actually have to go out and prove it.
Yeah, 2 sides to that coin, and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one.
And here we go.
For the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to run.
And that is a kick, and it's a touchback for the Broncos, and we'll go to the 25. The Broncos let up is having a not a bad game. The defense is having a bad game, but Russell Wilson today has thrown 2 interceptions today.
To be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail
2
big in this
interceptions, and yeah, they lead. They are behind big time, 40-21. See, Russell Wilson needs to show that comebackism. Passes caught, and it's Curtin Sutton going all the way again for the touchdown for the Broncos. The Broncos are scoring now. 40-28. 40-28 if they get this field goal. And the field goal is up, and it's good. 40-28. Seattle is still up.
1 play, 75 yards, 6 points. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts.
Uh-oh, it's onside kick.
Somehow get this one back.
Kicks it, and Seattle gets it. And it did not go well for the Broncos. The Seattle Seahawks gets it on the 20-48, and it did not work.
I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said
here we go.
The data says that when a team's expecting an onside
Lawrence
kick,
snaps it, hands it off to Chris Carson, and he gets about 6 yards.
Which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal
here we go.
type of a number. Kind of like when the
Lawrence
when you score
snaps,
teams, 93% of the
throws it to Metcalf, who's been the major target for Trevor Lawrence in this game. 307 passing yards for Trevor Lawrence, and 207 of it went to Metcalf. DK Metcalf has been a factor here against the Broncos. Walker has handed off, and he gets 6 yards. Lawrence under center, snaps, hands it back off to Walker. Walker is still on his feet, and he gets the first down.
61 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
I have to chuckle to myself
here we go.
Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that
2-minute warning left in the game. 2 minutes left in the game. Seattle Seahawks are up 40-28, and they are on the Broncos 14. Lawrence snaps it, hands it back off to Walker. Walker is staying on his feet and gets the first and goal. A timeout by the Broncos. They should have never used their timeout now, but it's okay. Lawrence snaps it, hands it off to Walker, and he gets in for the touchdown. Seattle Seahawks gets their lead back up. Gets his lead back up.
And the Seahawks have put this one to bed.
Walker had won a hell of a game today, and the extra point is up 47-28.
Make this a 19-point game.
A 19-point game. They would need 3 touchdowns to win the game. They would need 3 touchdowns to win the game.
This one taken just inside the 10.
And the Broncos, first and 10. They will need to get 3 touchdowns in under 2 minutes to win the game. There we go. Broncos, Russell Wilson, and shotgun. Snaps. Throws it to Jerry Jeudy. And again, they have been answering back after Seattle scores a touchdown. They are now 12 points away. It's just now a 12-point game again. Broncos scores back-to-back.
Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt.
Here we go, and it is good. 47-35. The Broncos are answering back for every touchdown that Seahawks gets. But this defense has been letting off. Here we go. Broncos gets the onside kick off, and Seattle gets it, and it does not work for the Broncos. It's at 50-yard line.
It was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play.
Walker hands it off, gets the handoff, and he gets about 3 yards. Broncos will use their second timeout here in the fourth quarter with under 2 minutes left to go. Under 2 minutes left to go. Lawrence, shotgun, snaps, hands it off to Carson. He trucks him, gets the first down, and the Broncos has used their last timeout, which I don't know why they used their last timeout now, and even though it's a minute, almost a minute left. Lawrence snaps it, hands it off to Kenneth Walker, and what a hit. What a hit by Bradley Chubb. He's had 3 tackles today. Lawrence snaps, hands it off to Walker, and it breaks a tackle, but it gets him 3 yards.
A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first.
Snaps, hands it off to Walker. Walker gets it's 4th and 1. It's 4th and 1 at the 27.
Just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here.
They're going for it here on 4th. Hands it off to Walker, and Walker gets the first down. Has gotten the first down. Hey, converted on 4th down. Here we go. Lawrence snaps, hands it off to Walker, and he gets 2 yards left. And the time looks like the time will go down. The time will go down to 0-0. Seattle Seahawks wins at home, 47-35 win at home at Lumen Field with Trevor Lawrence at quarterback. And yeah, Kenneth Walker has been a big deal against the Broncos, and not to mention DK Metcalf being the trouble against
Get off to
The
a
Broncos,
1-0
4
start
takeaways
and
for
get your
Seattle,
season
1
going.
takeaway
That could spark
for the
an
Broncos. That
excellent
it was
season for them. They've got that in their pocket
interception
now.
that turned into a fumble
So for the
because
Seahawks,
of Kenneth Walker.
it's a great win here on a Monday
What
night
a
as they'll
win
start the new
for
campaign
Seattle to
1-0.
start off the
And
game.
they will hit the road next week for a date with the San Francisco 49ers.
We got the 49ers next.
Meanwhile, for Denver,
All right, here we
down
go.
to defeat here in the opener, and they'll be at home next week for a date with the Houston Texans.
Alrighty, the player stats here. Russell Wilson.
Here Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long.
Hey, Brandon
everybody.
Gaudin, shut the fuck up. Alrighty, here we go. Player stats. For the Denver Broncos, Russell Wilson. 4 for 17 in 376 yards. That's an 82 completion percentage. And 5 touchdowns with 2 interceptions. Trevor Lawrence, 15 for 18, for 307 yards, which is an 83% completion, and 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Yeah. Rushing. Russell Wilson, not Russell. Kenneth Walker. Run it 20 carries for 95 yards, 2 touchdowns. And he's got 7 broken tackles today. Chris Carson, 7 carries for 34 yards and 1 touchdown. Then you got Tyler Lockett for 2 yards for 11 receptions. 2 carries for 11 yards and 1 touchdown. And here's the thing. Melvin Gordon only had 4 carries for 14 yards. The Seattle Seahawks defense has stopped the Broncos from ever having any rushing yards. They've only had 56 rushing yards, and they was able to stop Melvin Gordon. Lockett, of course, Tim Patrick, 1 for 41, 1 carry for 41. Trevor Lawrence, of course, with the kneel. Receiving, DK Metcalf with a huge game. 9 receptions for 207 yards, a touchdown, and for a touchdown. And then, whatever that name is from the Broncos, has 4 receptions for 27 yards and a touchdown. And then Jerry Jeudy had a big game. Jerry Jeudy and Cortland Sutton had a big game for the Broncos. Jerry with 4 receptions. Sutton with 3 receptions. Jerry for 176 yards and 2 touchdowns, with Cortland Sutton for 142 yards and 2 touchdowns. Melvin Gordon, 2 for 11. And then Tyler Lockett, 2 for 68, 1 touchdown. Noah Fant for 1 for 11. D. Eskridge, 1 for 2. And then, yeah. Defensive. Justin Simmons, 11 tackles, 1 interception. He's had 1 interception. No fumbles for the Broncos. Jamie Collins Sr. with 9 tackles, no interceptions, no fumbles. Bradley Chubb, 3 tackles, no fumbles. Quan Williams, 3 tackles. Jamal Adams, 2 tackles and a forced fumble. Not a forced fumble. Amadi with a forced fumble. 2 tackles. Al Woods with 2 tackles. Cody Barton, 4 tackles, and that's about it. Let's look at Seattle. Justin Coleman. No. Sidney Jones with an interception. And Quandre Diggs with the interception and forced fumble. And then Will Disley with a tackle. And what we need to look at, it doesn't show. Kenneth Walker right here. What a forced fumble. And Coleman recovering it. A forced fumble from Omadi. And that was the one that went out of bounds. 2 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles, or 3 forced fumbles. Yeah, the Seahawks defense had a great game kicking. Brandon McNagus, 0 for 0, even though it doesn't show. That's all right. For extra points, he was 5 for Jason Myers, 5 for 6 for 83, and he had an 83 point extra point percentage. Punting, it was no punting in this game. Kick return, Rashad Penny, two kick returns for 54 yards, and KJ Hamler 4 kick returns for 94 yards. Ryan Neal 1 kick return, and Mafia with 1 kick return. Punt return, Rashad Penny. It was no punts in this game, so yeah, that is the end of this. The stats: the Seattle Seahawks beats the Broncos 47-35 at home, and yeah, hope you enjoyed this game. If you did, smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell for more Madden franchise live streams / videos, and yeah, I will see y'all